Hi ladies, I'm Carmel Mooney. Welcome to my California kitchen again. This is my 24th video. Can you believe it? Appetizer week again. 24 videos. You're probably thinking I'm crazy, don't you? Well, maybe, maybe not, but I'll tell you, my family, especially my husband and my kids, they all tell me that I'm about the most persistent person they've ever met. So if persistence is good, I guess I'm persistent. Anyway, the Real Women of Philadelphia means so much more to me than just that title. And I was thinking about some of these real women that I've learned to appreciate and respect and that have been encouraging me and that I've made friendships with. And all of you inspire me and just take me to a level that I never thought I'd ever experience. So I was thinking, real women of Philadelphia. If you look at what Webster says about real, real is relating to fixed, permanent, or immovable things. Also, not artificial, not fraudulent, not illusory or apparent. And another thing here, real, of or relating to practical or everyday concerns or activities. You know, I think that sums it up, and that's where a lot of my inspiration, appreciation, and respect for so many of you real women of Philadelphia has really come from. Some of you guys have just had to overcome insurmountable obstacles and challenges, and yet you have just blossomed. You know, it's amazing to me. Some of you have had to deal with computer crashes, digital camera failures. Some of you have written things on your blogs about how you've had problems with kids getting sick, family illnesses, just all sorts of challenges. And every single week, you all have just rose to the occasion. And you know, I can smell the fragrance from these flowers that I just picked out in my garden, because you know how Miss Paula Dean's always telling us to garnish with flowers from our garden. So I spent about 10 minutes this afternoon, just before I came in here to tape this video, picking just all sorts of really pretty flowers and herbs from my garden. And the smell, the fragrance, the aroma is just beautiful. And that's how I feel you guys are. All of you real women of Philadelphia are just amazing women. And I have so much appreciation and respect, and I just had to share that. You know, when we do our videos, we put on our best face and our best talent, and we invite each other into our homes and our kitchens and our hearts. And part of being real, like Webster says here in the dictionary, is just really sharing truthfulness from inside. And so I want to be real with you. I've had a lot of challenges too, maybe not some of the ones that you guys have had with some of these terrible, you know, natural disasters and some of the challenging weather and things, and my prayers have really gone out to you guys for that. But, you know, I lost, tragically, my oldest daughter a few years ago, and I have other children, but my youngest is severely handicapped, and so that's a huge challenge. I mean, I don't have the luxury of having my husband home to help me edit or take pictures for these videos. I've had to do them all myself with a tripod, so my editing skills may not be perfect, but you know, I make do and I try to overcome challenges too. And I've done the best that I can. I've had so much fun, and I've grown and I've learned, and I've just made some amazing friendships. And this whole experience, even with its challenges, has just been mind-boggling. So I just wanted to share with you, I wanted to be real. I wanted to be a real woman of Philadelphia and just share from the heart that, you know, my heart goes out to all of you for all of the things that go on behind the scenes that nobody really understands or appreciates. You know, all the kids, the daycare that you have to do, the babysitting you have to juggle, the schedules you coordinate, and all the different, I mean, I know just the editing takes hours. So everything you guys have done, I just want you to know, I know what goes on behind the scenes. And even though you guys put on those beautiful smiling faces and make those just gorgeous Philadelphia cream cheese recipes, I just want you to know that since I've had my challenges, I know what goes behind all that effort and all that time and energy. And I just thank you, and my heart goes out to all of you, and my hat goes off to all of you. So thanks so much, you guys, all of you, Paula Dean, Kraft, and all you real women of Philadelphia. So what I'm really excited to share with you today are my Salmon Endive boats. And what that consists of is we're going to take 8 ounces of Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese and 8 ounces of smoked salmon, a few tablespoons of lemon juice, and a few tablespoons of mayonnaise, and about a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we're going to mix that together in my food processor, and then we're going to put that smoked salmon and cream cheese mixture in a pastry bag, and we're going to pipe it into little leaves of Belgian endive. So I've just washed the endive and separated the leaves. That's simple. And then we're going to garnish it with a little alfalfa sprout and a little red caviar and a little black caviar. And in case you're getting concerned that this is going to be a really expensive recipe, it's not. This recipe will serve about 30 to 40 people, and it costs about $12 to make, so it's actually pretty affordable. A little jar of the red caviar is about $6 or $7 in the grocery store. Same for the black caviar, and you only need about a quarter of each jar for this recipe, so you have plenty left over if you keep it in the fridge for a different appetizer. But it's very elegant, very classy, and really, really pretty. And the best part is it tastes delicious and it's simple. So let me show you how we do it. Okay, I've placed 8 ounces of smoked salmon in my food processor, and I'm going to add my 8 ounces of Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese, and I softened the cream cheese for about 10 seconds in the microwave. And now I'm going to add a few tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to add just maybe 2 tablespoons to start, because I want to add a little and then check the consistency, and I may need to add a little bit more after that. We'll see how it's going. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and a quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we are going to incorporate this for a minute here in the food processor, and then I'll check that consistency to see if I need to add a little bit more mayonnaise or not. This looks just perfect, so I'm ready now to put this in that pastry bag, and we're going to pipe it into those Belgian Endive boats. Okay, now I've put my mixture in my pastry piping bag, and I'm going to pipe a little star of my smoked salmon and cream cheese filling in each one of the little boats. Now I'm just piping a little bit of my filling on the wide end of each one of my little Endive boats. Now see how easy that was? We've got that piped in there in about 15 seconds, and now we're going to garnish with a few little pinches of alfalfa sprouts and also a couple little dots of fish roe, both the black and the red. It's going to be really pretty, really elegant, super easy. So I'm going to put a couple little pinches of alfalfa sprouts on top of each one of these little piped stars of the salmon and cream cheese filling. Just a little bit to make it look pretty. Give it a little dimension. And that alfalfa also adds a little crunch and a little extra added flavor and different appeal. Alright, so we did that in a jiffy. So we've got one little tiny pinch of alfalfa sprouts just to add a little dimension to each one of those little piped rosettes of that salmon and cream cheese filling. And now we're going to put a little dot or two of red and black caviar on each one just to add a little more color. Now I really believe less is more here, so I'm just adding a few grains of the black, and then I'm going to do the red caviar on each one. Just enough to give it a little flavor, texture, color, and a little interest. But we don't need much at all. That's why I was saying if you buy a jar of caviar, which costs $6 or $7, you're only going to use a quarter of it, if even that. Okay, now that we've added the black, we're going to add a little bit of the red. You don't need much here. Like I said before, less is more in my opinion. Just a little bit to give it a little bit of elegance and color. Plus that caviar is a little bit salty, just like the salmon is, so you definitely don't have to add any salt to this recipe. It's just perfect, just with the salmon and the caviar. So there we have it. Now I'm going to slice up a little lemon and put that in the center for some garnish. Now I'm thinking just a little lemon like this. The lemon always goes so nice with salmon. There, I think that looks really nice. Alright, so there are our little salmon endive boats. So let's put this on the hors d'oeuvre tray and see how it looks. All you real women of Philadelphia, I am so excited to share my salmon endive boats with you today, and I really hope you enjoy them. They're really delicious, super easy, and they're elegant. So next time you have some friends over that you want to impress, make these little gems for them. They will love them. And I love you gals. I really appreciate all the encouragement and the support and the friendship, and I so hope that this summer I get to come out there and just give you guys all big hugs, and we can share lots of fun and giggles and good times and cook up a storm together. So until next time, just remember, do everything in good taste.